Hey, what's up guys? Houston here. Look, if you're just starting your business, you have a new startup, or you may have an existing business, but you never did nothing with the business, okay? And now you're trying to figure out where's the best places I can get business credit funding. Now, I'm not talking about business credit. I'm not talking about department store cards or stuff like that or net 30s. I'm talking about actual access to funding, cash money, credit cards, okay? Lines of credit. Well, this video is going to help you. Now, the first institution we're talking about is Capital One. So you don't need any revenue. That's one thing that I want to make emphasis on. You do not need to make revenue in your business in order to get qualified for these credit cards, okay? And these lines of credit, all right? So just keep that in mind. So as I was saying with Capital One offers the Spark card, okay? This is the credit card, this gold card here. It's a fair credit. So meaning that having at least a 580 credit score. Now, here's the thing about Capital One business credit cards. They not only report on the personal side, but they'll report on the business side as well. Okay, so you have to keep that in mind. But if you're a startup, you don't have no revenue, you just want to be able to get access to some business funding to get your business off the ground and everything like that, this is one of your better options to go for. All right, so they're going to pull all three credit bureaus. All right, so that's something that you need to know. But it is one of the easiest business credit cards for many that have been able to get it. All right, so the Capital One Spark Business Gold Card is this here first credit card. Now, let's go over here to Dreamspring. Dreamspring offers a power line of credit. They also offer a business loan. All right, now I'm going to tell you guys what I truly believe, that I would not go for the business loan. Granted, the business loan, the interest rate may be a little lower, they may have higher limits, but at the same time, as a startup business, okay, I would still go for a line of credit. So that way I don't have to keep on applying. Because with loans, you have to continue to apply, but with lines of credit, it's revolving. So once you use it, you pay it down, you can use it over, right? So now with the Dreamspring Power Line of Credit for small businesses, it's up for 24 months line of credit, up to $50,000. And they offer you a fixed interest rate. Now, the minimum credit score with Dreamspring is about a 620. Also, Dreamspring, they report on the business side as well as the personal credit also. All right, but just understanding, if you start a business, you don't care what they report. You just want some money for your business to help grow your business. All right, so that's the reason that I'm focusing on these institutions. Now, at the same time with Dreamspring, they do pull TransUnion FICO 9. Now, their loans come from Upstart. It's issued through Upstart, okay? But it's definitely one of those lines of credit you definitely want to go after if you don't have no revenue in your business and you're just starting up, all right? And you don't have no proof of income, all right? Now, here's another one. Navy Federal. That's right. Now, here's the thing about it with Navy Federal business credit cards and business lines of credit. Navy Federal, you have to be able to join first. That's the hurdle that a lot of people are having to challenge, because you can't just pay $5 in a savings account and join. No, you have to have some family member, a friend, somebody that's related. If it's a friend, they have to be sharing the same address as you. And that's probably the easiest way for you to become a member. Other than that, you have to have a family member that's already a part of them, or somebody in the military in order to join. Now, here's the thing about it. Dealing with the credit cards, business credit cards with Navy Federal, they pull your Experian Business FICO 9 score, okay? So they're going to pull your Experian Business FICO 9. Now, there's another thing you have to understand. Navy Federal, just as well as some of these other financial institutions that I'm going to introduce you to, they're real sticklers on having a high risk NAICS code, okay? And so Like if you're in the cannabis industry, you're selling CBD oil, no. If you're trying to buy ATM machines, no, because of money laundering. If you are in real estate investing, no. If you're in transportation, over the road, OTO, over the road transportation, this is also a no. So you have to choose a more professional NAICS code. Also, like if you're in the restaurant industry, no. So you would have to choose something that's more along the lines of the restaurant, but it's not an actual restaurant, okay? So if you're having challenges trying to come up with this type of NAICS code, then click the link in the description and schedule a one-on-one consultation. Speaking of consultation, if you're in the consulting industry, all right, that's also a high risk. Another one, if you're MLM, all right? So if you're MLM, again, another high risk. So you just have to keep that in mind when dealing with these institutions, all right? Now, let's jump over to American Express, all right? Now, here's the deal with American Express, all right? If you already have a personal credit card, what more likely to happen and you apply for a business credit card, they're going to go off of your data on the personal side if you don't have any revenue to show in the business, okay? So if you're working a job and stuff like that, you can use that, all right? One of the things that I always tell you also in terms of the credit, all right? So with American Express, your average credit score for business credit card about 670, 680 credit score, okay? The other institutions, you can possibly work with anywhere from 580 up to 660, but when it comes to American Express, you're going to do about a 670, 680, all right, credit score. Now, they pull Experian, but again, as I stated, that in terms of getting access to their credit cards, business credit cards, if you already have personal credit cards, then it's much easier to get approved because it's not a hard inquiry. Now, I would tell you some of your better credit cards, if you're trying to go for a credit card, a lot of people try to get the platinum card. They'll try to get the platinum card or the gold card, right, for their business. I would tell you, I would not start with these two cards. I understand people like, well, they give you unlimited. Unlimited is not true, okay? All these charge cards, they do have a cap. And if you actually check the limit, and if you do it like multiple times in a day, you can create a financial warrant, meaning that they want to see your taxes and everything after that. So that's the reason I would tell you, do not go for these here cards for your business, all right? Because they are charge cards. You want to go for these revolving cards, the business blue cash card, or you want to go for the business plus, because they already give you a set limit on them, okay? Now, another thing I'll tell you so that you don't get your card shut down is making sure you don't just go out and do a real big purchase right away. Again, it will warrant a financial review. So you have to be very careful with American Express when you're building a relationship with them. Now, they do have like hotel business credit cards as well, like with the Marriott, with the Hilton hotels and things of that nature as well. Now, I know some people say, can I get a Navy Federal American Express? Would that help me get in? No, those are two different financial institutions, okay? So thinking that, oh, I got American Express Navy card is going to help you, or USA American Express, that's not going to help you build a relationship with American Express, okay? So just keep that in mind, all right? Now, the next credit card I would tell you to go out there is BMO. BMO, they're a TransUnion. They're TransUnion FICO A card, but the best credit card that they have, especially when you're doing it as a startup business, you always want to go for the cards that offer zero intro on purchases, okay? And the longer the better. Most of them will start out 6, 12, 18 months, all right? Rarely would you see a 23-month or 24-month zero interest business credit card. However, I would definitely tell you to go after this here because zero interest on purchases for 18 months as well as balance transfers, okay? So again, they pull in TransUnion FICO 8. I would tell you when you're going in with them, at least have a 680. And again, they're not tripping off if you have business revenue. It's all about what's going on the other side, all right? So that's one thing you definitely have to keep in mind. Now also, keep in mind in a separate video, I told you guys that BMO has partnered up with Bank of the West. Now, Bank of the West used to pull Experian. But now, because they're with BMO and BMO is the head of it, they will start using TransUnion for their products, okay? So just for those of you that may be with Bank of the West or thinking about the Bank of the West, just keep that in mind, all right? Now, the next one is U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank, if you don't have any revenue in the business, they're okay with that, okay? Now, the best credit cards that I would tell you to go for U.S. Bank is the U.S. Bank Triple Cash Rewards business credit card. The reason is because it's 0% interest for 15 months on balance transfers and purchases, all right? Another one is their 0% interest for 18 months on the U.S. Bank Business Platinum Card. All right, so these are the two cards that I would tell you to go after. All right, these other cards is just like travel points and stuff like that, but you don't want that. You want cards that you're not going to be charged any interest for a long period of time, especially when you're trying to build a business. You don't have no revenue, but you know you need capital. Now, here's one thing that some people are not aware that I would suggest. If you have a loved one, a family member, or a friend that supports your business, then what you could do is go to your Secretary of State. You can add them on to the business, and you can allow them to apply for business credit cards and lines of credit. Stay away from the loans. Do not go for the loans because it's too much red tape, all right? So that's the reason you don't want to go for like a bank loan and stuff, because they want you to be in business for at least 18 months up to 2 years. So that's the reason I tell you, go for the business credit cards, and then after 6 months, max 9 months, then go for a line of credit, okay? Now, if you can't get access to the U.S. Bank pulls TransUnion FICO 9 most of the time. Okay, then you want to look at what companies that offer, financial institutions that offer credit cards through Elon Financial, like Connectus. Now, Connectus uses Elon Financial. This is Elon Financial, and they have some pretty good 0% 18 months on purchases and balance transfers as well. Because it's an Elon Financial. Elon Financial is the sister company to U.S. Bank. So they're going to pull TransUnion FICO 9 as well. As a matter of fact, if you go through different credit unions, you can use multiple companies and get business credit cards and stuff like that. All right. Now, I started to mention about PayPal, okay? Because PayPal does have an easy credit card to get, their business credit card. But one of the things about it with their PayPal business credit card, as you can see, they want you to be in business a year. They're not checking income mostly, but they want you to make at least $5,000 annually, okay? And so $5,000 annually, you're looking at less than what, $350 a month or something like that. So that's the thing about it. So PayPal has a pretty good business credit card as well. Now, if you guys have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding. If you think that I'm doing a great job by showing you some of the things and some of the tools that I use to build up business credit funding, click the link in the description, schedule a one-on-one consultation. If you have any questions, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you.